matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense. Particularly, that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on last year's national champions, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Wolverines will put toe to leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will have the football first. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the run, it's Yates. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Big noise, big house trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That's reeled in. It's Callaway. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Promising start to that drive, sort of fizzled out, and they'll have to punt it away. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So the Michigan Wolverines offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Here's the pressure. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This defense talked about it coming into this football game. We've got to affect the quarterback. We got to rattle him. We got to hit him early. How about this? First drive, 2 sacks already. So far, mission accomplished.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Makes a nice grab at the 25. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. To the ground with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Tosses it incomplete. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. Big noise in the big house with his huge 3rd down play. To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Back to throw, it's Vincent. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's a heat. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. Finds a little space. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive,
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that, you know, if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one on a tackle, they can go get him at the defensive end spot. And we can mention names, and Hutchinson recently, one of the higher picks in the NFL draft, but always guys that play the same way.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 25. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Dropping back, it's Vincent. Right on the money. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Oh, he's looking to throw. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. The Wolverines will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. The run from the shotgun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Willingham. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The toss to the outside. Slithers into space. Breaks into the open. Past the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on a 61-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Vincent. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Right on target this time. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a first down here to open the period. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. After for the pickup of 9. It's 2nd and 1. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the move. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fowler. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? At the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Vincent. Makes the grab. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Wants to fire on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Nestled just inside that right upright. The lead is now back down to 9.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Finds his man. It's Willihan. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Caught in the backfield. It's Willihan. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Callaway. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Willihan. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Looking for room. It's Yates. Strong, firm tackle. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it... And he doesn't feel it cleanly. It's loose. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Catch in the middle. It's Gentry. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Looking downfield on first down. Rush is on him. He's going to take off. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Runs through a tackle. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. The snap sets up the throw. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Hawkeyes are rolling down the field. They'll try the run. Spins away from the defense. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Hawkeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Easy completion on the shuffle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the run, it's Boone. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find out.
They get him up rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Good, right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Vincent. With the catch, it's Sampson. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Sampson. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Vic. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. They go to the ground. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Coverage team down there to down the punt, and they'll spot it just inside the 45. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Back to throw, it's Vincent. Quickly complete. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snagged in the middle, it's Gentry. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires complete on the crosser. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gentry. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
And the Hawkeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Vincent. Got it in the middle, it's Vic. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Surging forward on the sneak.
Man, let's not make football hard. Quarterback sneak has worked, and it continues to work. Keep using it until they stop it on those short yardage plays.
Off play action on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Turning it on! And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. under fire. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Off the play fake on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Out of the gun to give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the 2nd half. And early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fakes to grab. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. They go right back to him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Callaway. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The give to the back.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
How about this for starting field position? 1st and goal from the 2. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That's caught. It's Willihan. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. On the option. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. Under fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Give to the back. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So here comes the Michigan offense. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take. He's got it on the left. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Looking to throw, it's Vincent. Here comes the heat. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. It's good. That makes it a 15-13 game. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll give it to the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Pulls it and fires to the left. There he goes. Rams him with the stiff arm. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Hawkeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So 1st down, we'll open up the final period. Oh, it's a reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Willihan. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for a gap. It's Boone. Oh, he's got some space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and lead the clock. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. No good. And guys, they miss a chance to stretch the lead. It's still sitting on a 2.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Pulls it, fired, complete. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To throw, it's Vincent. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. A high kick trying to pin them deep. He'll call for the fair catch here. Iowa has the ball back on offense. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. Lofts one high indeed. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. Here's the punt high into the air. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Give to the running back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Pocket breaking down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, it's Vincent. Puts it out of the air. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, the ground game. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Rides to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after him.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Off play action. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Last drive was a quick 3-and-out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on 1st down, but the defense was ready. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? They'll run it. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Vincent. Oh, they're after him! And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
3rd downs are so crucial, and quarterbacks, you want them to be, elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding 3rd down and getting to the quarterback?
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Here's the pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's not going to get there. A big stop for this defense on 4th down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The give as they work on that clock. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On the ground, it's Yates. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give to the tailback. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Working that left side now. This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt. Now it'll take a touchdown to beat him, a 5-point lead here in the 4th. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Got it in the middle, it's Vick. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield, it's Vincent. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking downfield on 1st down. The short hands, it's Vick. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Vincent. Snagged out of the air. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Buys a little time. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
end.